All right, here we go. Welcome to Simulator Sunday. We are right back here, back in LA. Actually in Malabar. And we've got some cars that we're going to pick up. We're going to run them over to the LAJ A. I think we're going through the C yard first because there's some there to pick up. We'll pull those over to the LAJ A yard where there's an outbound that needs to be built. And I don't know that we'll have enough time driving down the road, but we'll definitely get it ready to go. And if there's a sighting, we could actually maybe even take it to the that Fullerton ballpark sighting and leave it there for somebody else to drive it to Barstow if they so choose. So that's what we're going to do today. We got the game on in the background, the NFC Championship game. The winner of that's going to the Super Bowl to face the Kansas City Chiefs, who won just a little bit ago. I am rooting for the Detroit Lions, so go Lions. Beat San Francisco, please. I know some of you here are loyal San Francisco fans, so please don't hold that against me. I'm a Dallas fan, so I hate San Francisco. But you guys are in the playoffs. We're not, so whoever's the best team should maybe make it. Go Lions! All right, so we're gonna get going here. Let's see. I've got a little bit of a issue right here with my switch. Get my heads-up display going. That one's good there. And we have the loads on this track here, so we'll need to pass that and come back and get them. So let me set this switch here, and the other one needs to be set as well. We'll deal with any other ones afterwards. Seems like brakes aren't... Oh, I'm going up a little bit of a hill here. Doesn't say a grade, though. I'm not sure why. There it goes. Finally calculated. Like, yeah, it's, you know... more than 0.5% up. So you got to give her a little more gas to go. Know this. So again, we're in LA. If that brings it up, it does. We're going to be coming out the Malabar little junction there. It's actually this guy right here. And we're going to be going this way. Once we rotate down here, we're going to pass the Riddle, so we're going to go all the way back down to this connector here, which will circle around in LAJ C yard, come back and meet back in A, and then we'll depart Riddle again. So big circle. I think you guys have seen me do this one before. Lost all my momentum there as it's showing you the map, so let's... get going forward. I have a SD70. Hello, Pat. Welcome to Simulator Sunday. So the SD70 is it's a little slow going. I think there's an ES44 or 2 back here. We're rolling the SDs in the front end. We got our loaded cars here, so we'll grab those first. I didn't come to a complete stop. Instead, I just hit the gas and did a squeaky wheel. Hey, we got to kind of run here, don't we? And ever since I went back from Windows 11 back to Windows 10, all those weird keyboard issues have gone away. Of course, been some other issues that are there, but I fixed one with the startup menu the other day, so every morning I was launching Windows, it was locking up and taking a good amount of time to let me do anything. All right, right, so we're gonna go to that switch before we pass. We got 2 loads here on the front end. Well, there's semi-loads. They're semis. At 86 here in these cars. All right, so everything's looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and we're a little tug forward. Go notch 1 if we can get it. Okay, parking brakes coming off. I started pulling on the front guys and then removed all the parking brakes. Went up in the notch 2 a little bit unexpectedly, as the rail driver decided notch 2 is better than notch 1. No problem. So with this first cut, we're 2169 on the footage. Remember, we can go up to 7,000 foot maximum if we choose to AI this outbound. If we take it to a siding, the ballpark siding is long enough, it's 9,000 feet. To hold that and also cut that back a little bit and put it into 2 tracks there for you if it's too long, but we can go up to a total of 12,000 feet eastbound BNSF towards Barstow. But then it must be driven by a human. If it's over 7,000, it cannot be AI'd. Don't think I did my counter, which was a boo-boo. I mean, I don't need it because you know where we're going. This is going to be about, you know, I got to change that switch there. That one is not marked like this. Should be, so if you see switches, they should match the same colors we're looking at here. And the reason for that switch is that that's like a main in and out, so it should be set. That's why it has this here. The inner switches in the inside don't matter as much. If they do have those boards, though, please adhere to what they say so that we minimize problems. But I checked it. I knew that I was going to have to. So we're going to be good over here. Got this whole space where we can grab stuff. We kept the... Where we at? Keep up on notch 2. I was trying to stay in notch 2, but somehow I went to 0. Now we're going to yank the couplers to test them out here. That's why because if we stay in notch 2, we start accelerating too much. Back to notch 1. Yeah, that one's, we're still kind of accelerating. Got up to 15, but we're going to have to slow this puppy down. About 12 more cars before we have to back up. Let's sit our butts right in the middle of the track that we're rolling over. We can take a peek over here. I'm going to dynamic setup right now, which means we're not on the throttle, but we're also not braking the engine yet. So the uphill is slowing me down a little bit, so I'm going to come out of dynamic braking. Back to notch 0 or idle, and then I went back to the notch 1, pulling forward. Now you see that whoosh, that tug. I'm going to notch 1. The cars are, you know, kind of settling and here we got a couple more cars to go. Look, they're all put together too. That's kind of cool. The same brands. 2 more to go until the switch. One more to go. And we'll just leave it in idle here and it should settle in. A little independent brake on because we're going kind of slow, you know, we're under like 4 miles an hour or so. Morning, everybody. We're coming backwards there. Not that everybody needs it, but now this train is long enough and we are running air in the brakes, so we will put a end of train device. I gotta use dynamics here because we are coming in a lot faster than we should be. Don't want to slam into those, so we got it slowed down in time. So we've used the air brake cheat to plug in all the hoses and air it up a bit. Train is stretching out here a little bit. Trying to go to the very rear here. We are going to attach our end of train. Do a partial on it. Now, see, I told you this last week too. For some reason, it doesn't light when you put it on there, but like later we'll see it on. So, rather strange. We got 79 on the rear wheels. Waiting for that to come up. Just did when I hit F7 again, so I forced a little more air down there. It's not all the way. It's at 81 right now, not all the way to 90. So it's working its way back here, but we're good. So we are going to get in the cab. It does show rear 90 or 81 here. Get everything set up in our cab. All right. Now, again, as I mentioned, I'm going to hit F3 again here to, actually, it wasn't F3, it was tab that I wanted to hit. We're going to tab through this sub. We're looking for here. We're actually coming off over this way, so we got to tab over one more, but I'm going to come through and I want to go over here to Commerce. I'm going to stop here. I can give myself a restricting and throw this hand switch that's about right there. Somewhere in there anyways. It could be right here. I don't know. But we'll have a red there. So we'll go through auto and see what he says. We are ready to go. We'll see where he actually routes us through. I'll go ahead and give her some notches because we got to come up this way anyways. Wait for the engine to come up in RPMs before I release the locomotive brake all the way. All right, EOT is responding. We are now moving forward. I'll come off of the notch a bit, and we're coming in a little too hot. See what he's done for us. Nothing, it doesn't look like. Let's go back F3 all the way back. Doesn't look like he's routed us at all. This is where we're going to be coming out here in this Harbor Junction. Auto is on. So we'll go up to the red light and we'll ask him what we can do. What's up, Nathan? Yeah, I don't know what he didn't actually even answer me ever, did he? If I tell me to hold on. Okay, now he gave me a 10-4 for 91.61. And I did not do that. The rail driver did. All right, so we got a signal indication. I'm going to hit tab because I don't believe that signal indication. Okay, yeah, main 2. Main 2 is here. Okay, this goes over the overpass. That's why I was kind of confused. And he got me right where I want to go. When you're in the mat, nothing works. I'm going to change my channel back here. So Amtrak got a signal indication. That's Dakota driving the Amtrak there. Probably coming right past us. Nice and slow egress out of here. Got to go a couple miles, 3 or 4 miles down to our cutoff back into LAJ. Oops, that was the wrong one. Let's see, I want to fly over here. Yeah, he told us we have signal indication. Six miles an hour. We can go a little bit faster, but that's okay. A long ways to go. Going to notch 2, though. Gotta get through these crossings. And my finger slipped. Let's get up here and let's, okay, so that switch is good. We do have an approach. Going all the way down there, okay. Put my butt on the ground. Don't want to be standing on the tracks. All right, so the approach medium says we can come out and can't go past 40, but we're coming out of the yard, so we're not going to go past 40 anyways. Currently 8.6. We have a, right now we have total 2 loads and 66 empties, 2,700 tons. HPT is way over 6.7, but we're going to pick up more and then we'll isolate the engines as we need. warming them up right now, if you will. And let's see, that's Bakersfield. So here we are. We're going to come down Main 2. And I don't know if he has made a red here. We'll probably come over. This is where we want to go. So we'll have to watch this Eastern Avenue once we get to the edge of Hobart. See if he puts us over here on this Main 3 like we need to go. And it's a couple miles. In no hurry. And it started distance counter, but again, no big deal because I'm standing at the very back of the train. If I was in the cab, I'd want to know for sure. Up to 12 miles an hour. We're going downhill a little bit, so I'm going to come off of the power just a bit. Since we're coming off of this spur that goes to the yard there, I think, well, I don't think, I know our maximum speed limit would be 15 miles per hour. We don't break no rules. Just taking it off from, I think we're 1 or 2. In the idle, we're just hovering right around 12. There's all tankers, got a ways to go. Take a look at our map real quick. So we're not even on this track yet. We're still coming out of the next one. Right here, we're coming into this portion of it. We're not even here yet. We got all this way. I've been going back and forth to work every day, and this week especially I've noticed, so on the BNSF Mainline going from Riverside to San Bernardino, there's 2 tracks that go down, basically follow a street called La Cadena. Well, there have been as many Union Pacific trains going both east and westbound as there has been BNSF, and mostly intermodals or vehicle car, the car carriers, autoracks. I've got a few pictures, but I was thinking, man, I should just go out there, sit down with my drone and film some of this, but that didn't happen. All right, I got the dynamic brake on a little bit, and we're going to go into the cab here in a second. So, yeah, I mean, that's all. And then, so you see UP kind of going across the bridge and down La Cadena, but then it's just south of in this game, or the simulator here, we have the Colton crossing. So it's BNSF and UP actually cross, whereas right now in real life, as of a few years ago, there's a big overpass now that the UP trains go up and over that BNSF crossing. But there are still some UP trains that go to the local yard over there that don't. They go on like a side, or if they go to the GM plant or the car parking lot where we've done some streams, the Colton Auto Yard, or back to San Bernardino, the yard itself. So they'll go around. That's basically where they utilize that crossing if they were to cross, or they turn and go the same way at BNSF is towards San Bernardino. So there's been a lot of traffic is what I'm trying to get to. A long-winded way about it. Just been seeing them stopped at all the lights, and I'm, you know, they're like, oh, that's UP, BNSF, UP, and BNSF's waiting for UP, and intermodal's waiting for UP to pass, you know, kind of thing. So I am on the main line. I'm doing 25 and go up to 40 with these. Oh, look at that. Mateo actually joined the server. Haven't seen him on here in a while. But we can go up to 40 here because it's main line and all the trains on it. But we are going to be slowing down here. Look at our signal. Up there, we got some yellers. So approach medium still. A view from Hobart here. Base cam. A little more dynamics on to slow her down as we're starting to speed up too much. I was had it like I'm perfectly balanced right now. If I wanted 31, but I gave it a little bit more. See if we can slow her down a little bit. Leave the signal. Could be a diverging approach. Diverging approach medium. See if we have a red above that yellow down there. Keep an eye out here. Those are the signals. It'll be the one after this, I believe, is the one that we're going to be slamming on the brakes. In a way of saying it. Let's just keep ourselves under control here. 30 is good for me. 30 is good for the rules. I have not a lot of dynamic braking on, just feathering it a little bit. We're going downhill a slight bit, about 1/4%. Let's see, let's take a zoomed in look. Okay, so we definitely have a bottom one is solid. Oh, the bottom, so it's a diverging approach. Now we have to do we're going to have a diverging route, so we're going to be switching tracks here, but we're prescribed 30 miles an hour. Immediately when you see that signal, immediately reduce your speed to 30 if you're going over it. So we're below it, so we are good. And that's a 50 mile an hour crossover, according to the map. And soon after that, before the next signal, we have, that's our red, but we're going to want to throw that hand throw. one after it being red, we should be able to throw it. 2 reds up there. 2 reds make a stop, not a right. Here's our diverge. Gonna see you later, bud. And we will. And so I think I want to slow down to about 15 as we're going to take this next switch up here, but I have to go get it. Right at the signal. We'll open this one. Then I ran an absolute signal for some reason because there's no signal there, but it had to do with speeding. And I wasn't speeding. Or did I pass the switch? I'm going to set our switches here for what we need to do. That is to pick up some cars here. And we can come right next to them. I saw there was like 1 or 2 loads, but we also have 1 or 2 loaded cars. Still doing 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour. But we're coming right through there. I think. Check this switch. Yeah, so we need to fix that. We don't want that. We want to go right through. What we're looking to do here is come through here, turn on this one, turn on this one. Maybe even go one more over. So if we'll do this one, be on the inside cut. Doesn't matter. Far away. All right. We're going to go here. Let's set our exit point. Will be this one. That one's already good for us. And we're going to LAJ C. This one's already good. Or this is LAJ C. And then we're coming to pick up these guys. And you can see the first one is a reefer that's full. Let's stand right here as we hit this switch at 15. And there's a crossing up there, so I'll set it right now. Did I miss it? Nope. Too soon. There's the crossing up there. Oh, it was closer. There's the whistle board right there. Brights are on bright. But the whistle board, we are going under 40, so we'll figure out where to honk the horn ourselves, but we will turn on the bell appropriately. They're kind of going fast through there, so He's not even going to stop. And he works for the railroad. He almost got hit. Probably going to have that truck got hit. So we're going to pull through. We'll grab the load. We'll disconnect where we have our loads. Pull forward, grab the whole cut, push back, and connect back to this. Pretty simple. Is one notch one. I will have to go close the mainline switch here after we clear it. Didn't set a timer. I don't think we're there yet. Nope. Still got a ways to go. Oh, 24 cars. This is where we enter the yard here. Say, we'll get some free hot sauce from Taco Bell while we're passing by. Fire sauce, I think. I don't remember before which one it was. Right interception there. Del Taco has Del Scorcho is my favorite, but Taco Bell, which I haven't eaten in a long time. Fire sauce. $14, I'm getting close. Let me go ahead and put notch down a bit. We'll look at the back here. We're getting pretty close. Go to the front. As soon as the it lines up straight, there we go. I'm going to do a countdown timer, 4,200 feet. Go to the rear. That's the wrong one. Let's go to this one. And so we can close that switch and not leave it open. The next little bit is going to be in the yards. So anybody waiting at that crossing is going to be all pissed because how slow we're going by, but got rules. Just got to wait. Probably headed to Taco Bell, but you know, if we don't deliver the loads to them, they're not going to have any reason to go there. EOTD passes and rectify that situation. A little Taco Bellism there. All right, so what I want to do here, so we'll go to the point down here where I'm going to try to put that first empty, probably no further than this. So about here. That way, I pull the rear of this other cut forward. Doesn't have far to go. I also have cars over at LAJ A. This is LAJ C again. So we have to go over there with this stuff and see what's there. There was 2 cuts, I believe. So this train may be too long to actually AI it. If I can keep it under 9,000, though, I can park it in that ballpark siding. If it's over 9,000, I'll have to split it up at the ballpark siding and create a job for somebody else to finish it later. Because we're, let's see, we're 40 minutes in, and I think by the time we get to the ballpark, it'll be literally from the time we started to the time we get there is going to be 2 hours. Pretty close to it. And let me turn on, let's see, I don't need those. I do want that. This one though, but I would like to see the cars. Not the cars. Do it too far away. It's not, rendering yet, so I have to kind of wait for it. I think there was only 2 loads, so I empty. No, he's got some fuel. So 2 cars, and then this one, let's see, 1, 2, we're going to take. There's a reefer. We don't need to worry about the hazmat affecting the food or cross-contaminating the food. Still got 1,400 feet of train behind us too, from here. We'll have to do the same thing. I think there was 1 load. No, there was a stack of loads over at LAJ A. Another car or so to go. Feathering it a little bit. What's up, Arco? Nap time. Want notch 1. Okay, we can call it good here. Get some handbrakes on. We have a... Yeah, I hit relinquish. Let's see. That should be a decent amount of handbrakes there. We'll go ahead and prepare to do a handbrake test. Make sure nothing's rolling. Pushing. You see it's barely moving. All right, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to close these 2 angle cocks. Now we're going to pull forward. Gotta go get our other load over here. Or the... Not only the loaded one, but... Oh, cut. So the paint dried, and then you came over to watch the cracking, the paint cracking. Came over to watch the kettle boil. Okay, let's go on back and let's get our other cars. We'll ride it back too, so we can see where we're going. Slingshot backwards we go. Yeah, all these guys are empty. All these are empty here. So if we were generally not a big deal if AI's driving it, or if you're going only uphill, it's up and downhill. Those empties in the, you had the loads in the middle, they cause derailments in the sim. Naughty, naughty. So we're gonna come back here, pick up these, air them up, pull them forward, connect them, and then just head over to the A-yard. But we have a lot of dynamic brakes there to slow her down. Nothing better on broken TV. It's broken TV. Flex broken? All right. Good couple. I meant to get out over here. Let's see. Just to verify, we got everything empty except for these. Handbrakes are coming off. Check this here. 87 on there. Okay, that's good. So the brakes are released. Let's pull forward. I only want to go like notch 1. It went all the way into 3. Fun. Fun times. Like Lions are up by 2 touchdowns right now at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Or yeah. Dude just jumped in the air, got tackled while he was in the air. He's jumping out of bounds. Okay, so I'm going to pass this switch here. Hello, Jeffrey. I put a countdown timer there. Yep, I'm with the Lions as well there, Arco. No, my team's out, so I don't really care, but I am rooting for, you know, the Lions. There's a lot of people rooting for them because they're like, they're the underdog, and, you know, San Francisco went last year, and the success story with Dan and, you know, the coach. Last time they were in a it wasn't even a Super Bowl. Last time they were in a championship game was before the AFC and the NFC merged in the NFL. So it has been a while. So we're on BNSF right now. We're actually in the LA. It's the Los Angeles Junction Railway inside of the C yard. We came from ATSF Malabar with a cut of cars, a rather long cut, about 4,000 feet or so. And we stopped in here because we had to go off the BNSF main over by LAJ C, or BNSF Hobart is the yard name. And we've curled in through here, pick up the outbounds that are ready here. We're going to go to the A yard next, where there's some outbounds. We're going to put them all together, see what we got, and then we're going to head on down the line, on down the road. We've got another 6 or 8 cars to go before we can reverse. Yeah, you name most of the American class 1. Have you And there's Mexico has some, and Canada has some. We also have Metrolink, which is the commuter rail down here in Southern California. All right, we got another 1.5 to go. Our dynamics to slow us down here a bit. Might be too much. Come on, you can do it. Do it. All we gotta do is get that wheel past. So close. All right, now we're just gonna come back and grab this guy here. Wow, it just keeps the rail driver keeps sliding me into notch 3 immediately instead of 1. I'm just pulling a little bit. When we connect these, we'll have to keep an eye on our CFM, cubic feet per minute of error. That way, because there is a EOTD on the rear of this cut here that we're going to connect to. So when we reestablish our error, want to make sure that we are below 80 before we open the angle cock all the way. Otherwise, we're going to have an emergency brake situation. ECS. Of course, we're not going to if I can't get this cars back here. It's all out there. It's about a car length to go. Rather stall than slam them at like 9 miles an hour. Watch the whole thing disappear. That'll work. Needs to be above 1. With all the handbrakes on it, it didn't even budge. All right, so let's connect these. I'm going to go partial on this side. That one didn't go partial, but I'll go partial. And our CFM is just above 80, so I'm glad I did not crank it all the way open. Still climbing. Have a leak somewhere. Strange. Let's see. Open one side. Hopefully the other doesn't. It doesn't. All right. So yeah, CFM 147. We lost a lot of air. I mean, we isolated it. Coming down now, but yeah, we lost a lot of air there. Just heard the brakes release. Or air coming through. Yep, brakes released. Put on my dynamics. Turned off my dynamics. Turned on my independent brakes. All right, so I'm below 80. I'm going to go ahead and open full. I'm going to release the handbrakes now. This is why I put my independents on. So we should see a little bit of movement maybe. We look at our overall length now. We're at 53.45. So right now, this is a road train. This is road train worthy as it's more than 5,000 feet. Under 7,000 feet currently, so we can AI it if we needed to, but we still got more cars to pick up. HPT is at 5.1. That will change as we pick up more cars. And if we need to isolate, we can do that. Where am I at? Oh, okay. So, see, I wasn't watching. Well, we came over here and picked up this one. Don't know how that happened. I don't know what we did there. Interesting. The main switch was open here, which isn't normally a thing, but we didn't check it first. Oh, we need to get back on the main here. That could have been real bad. I mean, I know I didn't have that far to go, but we went 5 or 6 cars over the switch here. All right, that's what we want. Let's go check the rest of it since that one was screwed up. Who knows? These weren't flipped for us. Okay, so I mean, we're in the yard. It's our responsibility anyways. So that one's good. See that we're at 0 miles an hour. I'm going to put the independent on the locomotive that we can't currently see. Coming through here. That one switched for us. This is UP River Yard here, over here, straight ahead of me. We're going over here to BNSF LAJ A and B yards. This is A yard here, B yard's behind me. We're coming right through here. That switch is good for us. We have cars down on the one track there in front of us. Those are loads going to be delivered off to the left. But we're going to pick up these ones here. And check all of our switches. Going outbound. That one's good. That's good for us. That one is currently good for us. These are CTC switches though, so we won't have to do much there. And all the way out. So we'll just have to mind that signal there as we grab these cars. It's not going to be a big problem to grab these. Just be for the where we split to grab the other stuff. So let's get back in our cab, which should be set now. It is. Okay. I'm going uphill. Get a jump start here. We look back, the rear of the train is still around the corner here, not quite in the yard yet, so getting along. We're at 5,200 now. We're going to add another 1,000 plus. The 2,000 would put me at 72 plus another 500-ish. So we're somewhere around 7,000 to 85. Because 1,000 puts me at 62, but that tracks 1,900, so that's about 2,000. I don't know. I think I'm going to be over the 7,000 foot mark, which is fine, but I'm under 9,000, so that means the ballpark siding is my target now. To turn this over to another human, which means I'm going to retag my train here from an M, which is AI, to H, which is a human must drive this manifest. And I do still have the origination of Malabar, even though we're in LAJ, because this is a intermediate pickup for us. I did not build a job for it, but I will when I'm done, so that a human player can take it later if they so choose to. Or we can cut off some cars there at the siding and AI if it sits there for a week. I doubt that it will. Them's the rules, man. Why we got them. We're getting a stream too. So I flop or switch between Streamlabs and OBS Studio. I do this one on Sundays on OBS Studio because I don't want to pay Streamlabs to be able to stream to both Twitch. No, not at the same time. I do on Wednesdays. I do twitch.tv/KungfuBeer. And I didn't want to pay them so that I can stream also to YouTube on Sundays. So I just used OBS Studio. Now I could use OBS Studio to go to each one, but I'm comfortable with the way that I do it. So that's the way that that I do it. It is an ACE. It's an SD 70. There's two of them in the front. Two SD 70s followed by two ES 4400s. We got GEVOs in the back, not doing much, and the EMCs up front doing all the work. But anyways, I forget when I first start the stream, it says, you know, start streaming. And well, on Streamlabs, that means everything is good to go. On OBS, it means it went live, but I'm not, or I'm sorry, I am streaming it, but it's not yet live, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me why that's there. I guess it just gets all the engines running and everything, and then when you hit go live, which is what I always forget. So I started about a minute and a half late, and nobody was here even, I don't think. Maybe one or two of you. Yeah, it's something I always forget, because, you know, you got go stream and then get the music going and get everything going, and then you go, oh no, it says go live. That means we're not actually live yet. So I'm like, why isn't YouTube showing anything yet? I monitor it from another machine. You can drive a train if you get the simulator. Even better if you have a rail driver, because then you actually move the levers like you would in the real one. You have to have a little bit of money to do that, but worth it, I think. Physics in here are very, very close to real, is my understanding from actual engineers. Drive these things in real life. There are a few of them here in the Mateo Community server. Which again, if you are interested in joining us here in the multiplayer, there is a link down below for the Mateo Community server. There's Mateo, High Green, same server, or same owner. Two different, one's an East Coast, one is our West Coast server here. And then there's a link for my Discord, which a lot of people join, but there's really nothing going on there except for a bunch of old guys who hang out and smoke and joke. And actually, I don't smoke, but the term, an old term. We play golf, and Marco and I shoot Nazis when we have spare time. Or some what are they? South America? What are those, the Contra or something like that? Nah, Contra. I forgot I think they're Contras. Like militia army or whatever. Kill people. That's right. Gotta always play with cats. What's up, Ben? How you doing? Bolivia. Well, isn't that like down there? There's Bolivia and Island. I don't remember. I thought Bolivia is down there somewhere in South America, or no? Or is it over? It's not in Europe, because they all speak Spanish. Oh, yeah, it is sound. Okay. Bolivia. I try to stay away from that down there. I stay up here mostly, like in Southern California, which is pretty much the same. So we're just working our way towards LAJ A yard now. The yard's right there. You can see across the LA River, the beautiful LA River. So I think we can go up. See that nice concrete river there. Right now it's probably got water in it and mosquitoes mildewing water. Although it did rain just a couple days ago, so could be people underwater right there now. All the homeless that are living in it. Let me zoom around here so we can see the other end. As we approach the UP River Yard, and we're going to turn off towards the left. Who doesn't like the whine of those engines? Oh, blah, 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 blah. The purring. Purring of some dinosaur squeezing being burned up, being compressed and exploded. The CN and CP work together. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure that's a Googleable. I mean, that's a new word for today. Googleable. Sure, you can Google it. But I'm pretty far away from both CN and CP. About 2,500 miles, I think 2,000 miles. Southern California is a little distance away from Canada. And then that's if CP even runs over to the west side of it. I don't know if it does. For CN. They only are on the East Coast, and we're talking like 5,000 or 6,000 miles. Not as the crow flies, but as the cars drive. All right, coming across the bridge. Turn all my lights on because it's starting to get dark. I think so. Don't need this one on. We'll turn that one off. Then you get all the, you know, the lights in the cab, and you can't see out because it's dark outside, light inside. You don't know where you're going. BNSF and UP don't work together. They're both separate companies. They do utilize the same track, but they pay each other to be able to drive on each other's tracks, if that's what you mean. I was talking about that a little bit ago. It was all week. I was driving down back and forth to work, and on the BNSF Mainline towards San Bernardino, it was equal between BNSF and UP trains, whether they're autoracks or intermodals. I saw a lot of both that traffic, but that's common here because they have that shared usage. They pay each other. Mostly UP going to down in Orange County and stuff. They use the BNSF tracks. And down into LA to the ports. Yeah, different flavor for everyone. Coal trains are heavy, and some people don't like coal trains because they burn fossil fuels, and they complain about the earth being deteriorated. But I mean, that's why everything's so cheap, although it's not really anymore. It's if it takes long enough just to buy batteries for your damn TV remotes. If you had to buy new ones all the time, or everything we uses some sort of petroleum product. Dishes, furniture, makeup, first aid, of course, fuel, plastics. The whole world revolves around oil. We should just head right down here, and once we get to the end, we'll break off, grab our stuff, and go way down the road. Make sure that switch is good. I'm going to start a counter here this time. Well, that would be the back trend. I don't need a counter. I don't need a counter until I get everything together. The only thing I need to know is when the whole thing here is out of the yard. Fly down here. Here is where, okay, so we don't want, we back up. We don't need this one. Need to go back straight and get the loads here. Oh. Got a couple freebies there. That's all right. We'll leave those because, again, we're going to be long enough. And one thing I did not do yet, I'm going to save it now. Well, they got you guys got that one in Arizona. So H, this is element Malabar, and today is the 28th. Let's save this train as that. Something happens as I'm putting it all together. I will have a copy of it. And then when I get it all together as I hit the main line, I'll save it again, hopefully, if I remember. No, and I got a good portion of it now, but I should get it again. Halftime. Detroit's up by 3 touchdowns and field goal. Go Lions. Okay, let's throw some dynamic brakes on so we can get her slowed down. Coming to the end here. We're gonna bring the, 3 loaded cars we have. Connect those or disconnect those from the rest. So we can grab the load ones, then grab the empties and push it back to this. A little bit of lag on my end too, it's weird. So I'm gonna want to start that first empty about right here. Got about 5 more to go if we count these 2 power units. MUs that are purring. He has 4400s right here. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, he loves the 49ers. Yeah, some people do. The Dallas Cowboy. I am a Dallas Cowboy fan, so they're a rival of mine. Try not to break this train as I'm pulling it through the yard here. I got plenty of room. I'm gonna put a handbrake on this one here. That way this car will bounce into the back of it. Now I have to go through without hitting the relinquish. Got a lot of cars here. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect right where the empty is. We'll close these 2 angle cocks. Disconnect. I'm going to come on back, do a brake check. Here she comes. We're having a problem moving it. Let's go a little bit further. Come off the brake, off the gas, and it stops immediately. Okay, we're good to go with our handbrakes on there. So we're going to disconnect. Now we're going to come up and grab the loads. I have set all the switches ahead of time out to the light going back to the main. So here first, we're going to grab the loaded cars here. Grab the loaded ones, pull forward, grab these empties, pull forward, connect to that, and we will be on the road. I have to, thought I had a thing on there. Let's see. So I'm going to want to request also a very specific location as we go down the main so I can get into the siding that we're seeking. Of course, that's going to be after we get out of here. I don't know how many cars we're going to take. I haven't counted them. We'll get it all calculated here before we depart. We'll see exactly how many cars it is and the weight and the length and all that in just a moment. Go ahead and ride the reefer if we can. This one we can. There's like one reefer you can't ride on for some reason. Doesn't let you grab it. So we are going 8.5 miles an hour. We're going to have to slow that down now. I'm slingshotting them back here. Running even grade or flat. But slow down on its own though. Why? Because I think I had the handbrake still on this one car, so that would have done it. Now we're good. Below 5, and that's what we're shooting for on a couple. And dynamic setup. Put a little dynamics on to slow her down just a tad bit. We're good to go there. Handbrake's coming off. Going forward. I didn't want to go notch 4 out the gate. Jeez Louise. We'll ride this one. I mean, probably nothing in here that we should be concerned with. Don't think. It's full. What's it full of? That's make it a corrosive. There we go. That one's corrosive. Make that one a corrosive too. Oh, even that one. Yep, all 3 of them. We're connecting empties, so that's cool. All right, we did not send a counter again because I forgot. We're only going to this switch here. Five miles an hour. Slow her down a bit using dynamics. Half a car. Now a little bit more, about one. Now half. Slow her down right now. Comes to a stop. I'll use the independent brakes. Coming in reverse. Notch 4 coming back. I just moving the rail driver a little bit and it goes all the way up to notch 4, but that's okay. I'm doing a little burnout, getting some flat spots on the wheels. 6.8's too much. So I'm going to slow her down using dynamics. That's good right there. Okay, F7 to air it up. So we don't have to wait all day. And I'm going to do a counter here, but it's not going to quite matter because this is where the lead is. So we are just going to ride this one back till we can reconnect to that. So pull forward. Believe we will be getting close to that signal, if not ready to pass through it. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm also going to set my, as I mentioned, where I want to stop to pull over is right here just before the Amtrak station. You can hear the cars moving forward right now. I want here because I want to stop at that signal, which is going to give me the ability to throw the switch. It'll be right after this signal that we can go off of the, there's a siding here. I want that. We're going to pull forward through here. Keep an eye on the, we're going to be close. We may not have to pass the signal with the restricting, but we'll keep an eye on it. At 2,600 feet of, 2,500 feet of cars behind me right now. Now, I won't have any DPUs, distributed power units, on this train. Now, there's a big reason for that. I don't need them because I'm going uphill most of the way. And we're not going to push empty cars into full cars going up the hill because, well, that's probably not a good thing. And I'm not going to use air on the brakes so that I need it to recharge because, again, we're going uphill most of the way. So this trip to Barstow that this train will take does not need DPUs. If we were pushing a loaded train, I would have them. Or if we were doing a downhill run, I would have them so that we can recharge the brakes more quick because we have air compressors on both sides of the train. That's the point of the DPUs. Sometimes power, but most of the time braking. We'll take a look back where we're at. Still have a little bit of ways to go. About 12, so about a dozen cars. We may need a restricting, but I'll wait till I get a little bit closer up here before I set that restricting. This is going to be a close one. We'll set this ahead of us. Otto's still going to do whatever he does and put us where he wants. But we asked for this main one signal here, or this main one track, so we can get over where we need to. We're going to come out like this and let him. We need to set that one. We will. I don't think we need it yet. We'll look in the back. Yep. I think we're going to need it. I think we're just too many cars left. I mean, it's going to be close. Maybe I'll just wait. I'm going to stop right at that light and see how much room we have. Because now I'm feeling like this is a challenge. Just put my nose right on that light. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh, we need like 3 more cars. Oops. Yeah, that's not 3 cars right there. So I'm going to need to pull a little bit more forward. 3 cars. That means I need a restricting. So we're going to do that. So now we have the restricting. We only need 3, so we're not going to need the next one. That little guy over here is a little short one as a restricting either. We'll wait till Otto gives us that one. But we can pass through this light now that it's flashing. Again, we're not going very far, but it's going to go red now. We now own this piece of track for a couple cars. So if we look right now, we had 57 before. We're going to add 27 to, oh no, that's tonnage. We're going to add 3,000 feet to it. So the 2955, we're adding to the 50, probably 55 because we took some cars with us. So yep, we're going to be, as I said, over the 7,000 foot mark, and that's okay. We're still under 9,000, so we have plenty of room to maneuver in that siding. Right now, horsepower is 6.6. Once we grab the other ones, we're probably still going to be overpowered. We'll turn off, isolate one of the engines. Go back here and see where we're at. We need another car and a half. Oh no, we need, yeah. We're going to just come get these guys here. We just need a half a car. All right, that's good right there. Little independent brake, never hurt nobody. Yep, I know. Come on reverse. So. Coming back just a little bit. This will give us our total load. We will start the process of writing that one up. Gonna watch my speed here. At 5. All right, so we're connected there. And we're underground. So we derailed somewhere. Not sure yet where. Where's NM? He's probably watching this on TV, so he got his little derail, but it's not catastrophic. All right, so let's come out of gear, go into neutral, independent brake on full. We'll find our derailment here in a minute. I was thinking it was right here somewhere. Giving me a car number, and we'll figure that out in a moment. So, I'm going to change the name of the car numbers here. So we're looking for, was it SSW or something? Not that one. Nope, not that one. Is it all the way back here? That'd be weird. Okay, so our light's on now on the rear. Then this one, it started with an S. Not saying anything now. So far, I see the wheels on, but I can hear it ahead of us. So you hear that ding, 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 ding. That's this one. You can see it right there. Right here. Okay, so, wow. All right, so we need to close that angle cock. Close it again. Then actually connected, so I might be able to just pull it forward. So these are frogs. And we're going to pull her forward, but we have to make sure the PCS is cleared. So let's go back where that is. Talk to ourselves, the engineer. Was it over here? All right, let's go find where the frogs are. Only that one car. There it is. All right, so let me get a save train. Let's see. Okay, so we have the whole thing. Right now we have a total of 131 cars. We say save train. This was an H-MAL. I'm just going to overwrite the one that was there before. H-MALBAR-28. So, okay, so now we have a full save of that. Do have, so it says the air is connected. Don't want to risk it dropping, so we'll, I mean, there's still air in it, but we'll cut it in after we get it back on the track. So we're in forward. So I'm going into notch 2 here, which is just going to, you know, it's going to yank it on. Wait for it to spin up a little bit. Notch 1 now. Take off the independent brakes. Goes on a curve is probably why it derailed. Here we go. All right, now it's re-railed. So we'll bring everything to a nice stop here. Then we'll get our air back going, air back through the train. Go partial on this one, partial on this one. The FM is climbing. Go open now, it's below 80. Go open all the way. Now let's get our stats. So for H-MALBAR-28, full on train. That's all what? Okay, so H-MALBAR-28. What I have is HPT 3.1, so H train, that's fine. So I have 13 loads. LDS. Then I have 114 empties. Somebody do math. EMTYS. Now I have the weight is going to be 5,888 tons. And the length is 7754. This cannot be AI'd into Barstow at that length. HPT is good though. I'll keep the 3.1 on here. If it was more than that, I'd isolate it. Turn that off for a second. So BNSF 9161. Oh, I didn't mean to push that. So the lead engine is BNSF 9161. So forgot to put the HPT. That's going to be good because it's going to be coming up towards San Bernardino, so it's going to need to climb that hill. 3.1. All right. So as far as everything else, I'm going to go ahead and put some air on. Do a 10-pound reduction. That's actually 11-pound reduction. The rear's at 80, so it's already answered. And let's go ahead and release it. This is a full-blown road brake check that we're doing right now. The brakes are functional. Right now we're at 79. We go and look at rear of the train. The EOT is telling us the brake pressure, but we can look at basically the wheel cylinders here and see the brakes pressing on them or starting to release. So now we're pumping air back through the train. I'm going to hit F7 to speed that process up. So now we have brakes are off of the wheels. We still have, let's see, let me turn that off. We're going to have a red light here still. So now we're going to ask dispatch. We already set our place that we want to go, which is right here before Barstow. I think that is where we want to go. Yeah, because that's the signal. We want to be at that signal. Okay, so go to DS menu. I'm going to tone the dispatcher, and let's get on the road here. Give me a 10-4. And a signal indication, 9161 eastbound. There's our signal indication here. All right, we have an approach currently. So now we have our bright lights on and we are departing. So as far as the amount of cars that we have 127 cars. 13 of them are loaded and 114 are empty. You do have to watch your speed coming out of the yard here so we don't have another derail. I'm at 10 miles an hour. We're going to drive 40 minutes, 30 minutes down the road to the siding. Well, the EOT just told me the back of the train's moving. I should have left that on. Got an approach there. I'll start a countdown timer as soon as I get here. Kind of what we did last week a little bit too. Once I get onto the main, after this switch, I will do my countdown timer. What's up, Lucas? How you doing? Just departing LAJ right now. Okay, that's the main. The countdown timer starts. 7,700 feet of train behind me. 4 lead locomotives and no DPUs. Again, we're only going uphill and we have a whole bunch of empties, but we don't want to push from the rear anyways. And we are lined up all the way through Commerce and on our way to the middle of the map right here to Barstow. And then we're going to pull off onto a siding there and turn this train over to a recrew. We have a clear ahead, 13 miles an hour. Again, 15 coming out of the yard, so we got to keep that threshold there. And while that's going on, I'm going to do a job post of this job here. So if you are part of the Mateo Community Server and you want to drive this after I'm done, it will be all yours. All right, so this is going to be in progress. Power is BNSF 9161, 13.9 is our speed right now. Multitasking like a crazy man. Starting to speed up too much. .9161 is the lead engine. Train info, 13 loads. So we're 4x0. .1 HBT. No. He cut. For Barstow receiving. Okay, so let's see. Train info, we can take that out. Okay, so we're just going to say drive to, let's see, start Malabar, stop LAJ C, LAJ A for additional loads. Part BNSF main at CP Riddle. Eastbound via dispatch. That is all in there. I'm going to put a little screenshot here where I started it, very beginning. And we're currently in progress. In progress. And I'll put a link to this video. If anybody has any questions, what's happening. So if the sound kicks in here, apologize for that. But I'm just going to go get the link. Nope, no sound. Good. Control C. Get out of there. Control V. Jobs posted. As soon as I'm done, I will turn that one over to a available and a recrew. We got 2,300 feet of car behind me still to get on the main before we can actually hit the gas jack. So I think we're about 35 minutes away from parking it, and then that goes over my typical time, but we'll just go a little bit over that, and you guys can take it from there if anybody wants to. Just slightly under 14, so I'm at a good speed here. 1,800 feet behind. Oh, the soup smells good. Checking our route here. Again, we're clear just past Commerce. We're going to go up here and then... Oh, this is us. Okay, so... No, he just cleared us all the way to Los Nidos. And then he's going to want to switch us over at the point after that. So, 1,000 feet to go. We can hit the gas. Yeah, I got one... I mean, it says 15, so 15.9 is still 15, by the way. So, I may go a mile over the speed limit here, but that's a mile. It says 15.7 up above and 16 down the main speedometer, but I'm going to go with what it says up there. 300 feet. We look here, it probably, oh, it doesn't even show us speeding. The rear of the train is actually on the main now. I just not where the timer was. So here we go. Bled the brakes off and went up to notch 3. You need to do an additional 500 feet over it. I mean, it kind of was already where I set it. But is that the official stance there? Do 500 over what the counter says? And the counter I was doing, by the way, is just so that was completely on the main line, so I didn't have to do 15 miles an hour anymore. So our mainline speed is 50 miles an hour. Sometimes you have to go on a side track, and do you have wait for another train to pass? Sometimes. So it was probably where I set that counter. I'm guessing probably around 202, 250 is where I set the counter to clear. So not 500. It's good to know though. I'll look at my map here so I see if there's any speed restrictions ahead of me. 50, 50, 50, 50. The max speed all the way through Norwalk. And so I'm looking at the map right here. All these 50s. We're going up to Barstow, so we should have this signal here as a red. You can then do a restricting. I pulled this right from depot, but I don't see the weird. They had added the ballpark sighting on here before. On this one. And it's missing right now. It used to be right here on this, and this is the date. Oh, maybe they reverted back. This is 6/17. Ah, I thought they added it there. Have a good night, Jeff. So I'm not sure how that happened. It used to be right here, but I know where it is. It's strange that it's missing because it's right before the Fullerton Depot. It's about 7,000 feet. And see, I don't save these locally. I just pull them from the depot because why would it be missing off there? All right. Well, we know where we're going. So here's the switch that I threw earlier. To go into the LAJ yard. Now we're passing it right now. Speed is 38. Where's Poulan at? Started slowing down a little bit there, or settling down in speed, so let's get her up past 38. I will be climbing here a bit. I'm doing the 0.4% now. Last week when we were going this way, I think we were in a notch 8 for a lot of it, especially as we were climbing Granheim Hills. Accelerator is accelerometer is showing 1 right now. On a notch 6. Well, if the rail driver give it to me. There we go, accelerating slightly. So the train's relatively light, pretty light, 5888. 700, like I said, 700 feet longer than the receiving yard at Barstow, so it has to be an H train, not a high priority manifest, but we call H on this server as a player only driven train, whereas an M or a manifest can be AI'd to the Barstow or off map. This was going off map, we could AI it, but since it's going to Barstow, needed to be hand driven into the yard there to cut the train so that they all fit in the receiving yard without blocking tracks. And thus, with 3.1 HPT, that really matches a high priority manifest as well. 2.0 is the minimum. Yes, we're in the Rangos, we're in the Mateo Community server, it's Southwest server. There's a link to the Discord down below for that. I'm pretty confident saying that we're the second largest Run8 server, right behind the Depot Plus, or Depot server. I'm also a Depot Plus member. I play here more often. We don't have to deal with the database here of all the cars. And if you're interested in joining us here on the multiplayer server, we do have we call it a check ride, but we're just verifying that you have the minimum requirements of operating a train on the server without crashing it. So we just want to make sure you can make it go forward, backwards, stop, and know how to tag it, know what signals mean, and how to. I mean, a red light means don't go through it unless it's an intermediate. Well, there is a video on my channel and in the Discord where it says how to join server that talks about the basic handling and the things that we are looking for in having you pass that check ride. Again, it's not a test, it's a skills check. We have a scenario that you download and run it on your machine. We watch it on Discord. And if you do what you're supposed to do, even though you make a few mistakes, no big deal. We're all about making mistakes here. And we'll invite you into the server. And right now, let's see, it's Sunday night, and so Sunday night's not always busy. That was a construction crossing there. That's why I have a rail driver. What's up, Fanny? Dustin, I have a rail driver, and it's very expensive, but you don't have to worry about all the keyboards, so you can just do the motion. Right now, it's just me on the server. See, there's nobody on tonight. There was earlier. There were about 10 people when I joined the server about maybe 2.5, 3 hours ago. And they've all kind of went off and done other things. We also have a southeast server, so the CSX mainline out of Fitzgerald and way across. It's managed by the same people here. When we do a check ride for that, it's basically we do a check ride in this server because this is the Southwest, or we do a check ride in the South because it's base game. So when we give you permission to both servers, if you will, so you can go on to either one. Our concept today, we are running a manifest. We built it out of Malabar. Took it over to LAJ, picked up two different cuts in this, one in the C yard. And I didn't hear that one coming. And also went to LAJ A to pick up the rest of it. And now we have 7,700 feet of train going to Barstow. But yeah, I can't, Dustin, I can't do I mean, I can do the keyboard commands a little bit. I always have to look them up because I don't remember. So Train Sim Classic and TSW, where many of us started. Once you start playing this, I uninstalled Train Sim World after I got familiar with how this worked. I don't know if it's pretty heavy. It's not. It's only 58. 5,800. I didn't see the whistle board. I was looking for that. Yeah, we've got, 127 cars? 5,800 feet. I mean, most of them are empty. There's only 13 loads on it. HPT's 3.1, so no problem going up Cone Pass. We're not going all the way there. We're just going to the ballpark siding that's missing from the map. For some reason. The depot server is missing. Should be right there. But it's not. Right here. Where's my mouse? Right here. Yeah, there. It should be right there, but it's not. We do have to keep an eye because we are going to have to wait because he is not routing us where we need to go. We need this signal, so we're going to, after we pass this signal, I'm going to go ahead and cancel my route so I stop there because I need to get up here to make that. Could be there. Wait, at Basta. Yeah, I don't want to risk it.
Milepost 154.3, main 3, ambient temperature 64 degrees.
Yeah, I don't want to risk this, so we'll stop here, La Mirada, because if I go up here, I think that's, I don't remember. I have to go look. Who's this? Going to Watsonville. Watson? Oh, you did today? I was just saying a few times earlier that there's a crossing. Going back and forth to work, Colton, I've seen a lot of UP stuff on the BNSF main line there between San Bernardino and Riverside. So he's telling me the switches are lined up. I agree. Yeah, through San Mateo. All right, so I just want to confirm. We come off one notch here. Passing La Mirada. Come off a couple more because I'm speeding up now. Fullerton Airport. Okay, so. Oh, no, that's the bear tables right there. So if this is Basta. Yep. Okay, so we can stop at Basta and get there. So we don't have to. We can stop here and we're fine. So he's going to stop us there. I'm too far from the train, so I have to fly back. If we get close enough, jump in the cab. We're not too far away, though. Be coming up on it here in a moment. Around this corner, Valley View. Now we're good. All right, so our approach medium up here telling us that you're gonna have to be at 40 miles an hour at the next signal. So about a mile and a half or so between the signals. So we got a mile and a half to go from 53, that speeding, down to 40. We could also get a clear though. I doubt it because you have that oncoming. We're gonna pass. This guy's gonna pass us. We might get a clear going into that, but we'll still have to slow down because that's a pretty tight turn off the main to that switch. Okay, now we're coming up on La Mirada here. Stuff's processing. I saw a lot of it was worked. I'm off the dynamic slightly, or all the way. And we are at 40, so we will go by the whistle board there. .38, back to 38. We're going to be climbing here in a second. The notch to go. A little bit of I always forget which one's the error. I think the bottom one is the error. Top one being the stress on the couplers. Got a little bit of a... I wonder if I closed that all the way or opened it all the way. Ah, we're fine. I did a brake test, so the brakes responded. Oh, I hate when it does that. I don't want that one. I want this one. I was going to try to click that so I can view from it, but that's not the way it's working. On this side. Okay, here comes the other one. Wonder if he'll dim his lights like they used to. Probably not. Something to do with the server too, by the way. Nope. All right, so he still has them. Still clear, but we're going to want that. See what he does for us. About a mile or so, 2 miles away till we hit that signal. There's our 30, our approach. Good. Caught up. San Francisco just caught up. Score is tied. Third quarter, the end of the third quarter. 24 up. Missed this whole quarter. Right, was leading by what, 2 touchdowns and a field goal at halftime. All right, we're at 30, so intermediate signal. Next one's a red. He also already. So he's given us that. Got signal indication. So we are going to continue. However, I'm gonna wait till I'm crossed over before I cancel my route. Well, Detroit has to win for me to root for them. So if Detroit wins this one, then I'll be rooting for them. And if San Francisco wins, then I'll be rooting for no one. Maybe KC again. I don't know. I'll just watch the Super Bowl and don't care who wins, like last year, like Philadelphia and no, was it Philly last year? I don't remember. Yeah, so I'll just pass this signal. Once I'm in the block, then I will cancel my route. That way I don't have to fight with auto to continue and go restricting and all that. I mean, I didn't ask him if I can continue. He just decided to send me down the line. But he's got me crossed over. That's the important part. He got 8009 coming this way. Going to LAC. Auto rack. I think the switch point is right after that signal too. Or no, can't be. Well, no, it can, but it's on the signal coming the other way. That's where it is. It's just right there is where we're going. Diverging clear ahead. I didn't see the DTMF tones either. Let's see on the map. They were there a long time ago, and then I put them in my map here, but then when the game updated, they were missing, so I got to put that back. Do is we'll go run up here. Let's see. We'll fly up here. And that's the switch we're going to throw. And that one's already good for us. Let's see. I think I want to go on the first, the track that's all the way away from the main. I missed what that said back there. I have to go look at it again. Yep, more bear cable storage. Yeah. All right, so here we come. Again, I'm going, after that goes red, cancel the route after I pass it. That way I can throw the switch. We're at 15, so slow down just a little bit more, but I think 5, notch 2 is good. We're doing all right. We're bouncing a little bit. I'm going to wait till I get on that switch or I tell them forget it. So he throws that switch as I'm in it. All right. Well, that's going to work out. And we're just going to park this here. Turn this over to somebody else that feels like driving it. And you can hear the 17. Yeah, I should come down just a little bit slower maybe. Oops. So as we pull the siding here, thanks for joining me here on Simulator Sunday. Oh, that didn't work out. I was going to start it all slow and everything, but we're going to be back on Wednesday on Twitch at 8 p.m. on the East Coast for some, still doing LA Noir. I think we're almost done with that, but not quite time to start the beer keggers. That'll be in March. Come join me over there if you feel like watching Twitch. Otherwise, we'll be back here next Sunday for some more Simulator Sunday. Same time. It is 4 p.m. on the West, Coast and 7 p.m. on the East Coast. I'm going to let this go past and see you guys on the other side of it. Guys, take care. Have a good week.